technology, right? Like I was saying, I'm so glad, gentlemen, that you explained it the way you explained it, because each one of you touched on different areas. And as Brother Lorenzo started out when he talked about racism, that's something we can't ignore. And that's one of the points that I was trying to make to the brothers. Okay, we are talking about uh, men as a whole and everything that men deal with every day, and so we can't just bring it down to just women, because we are forgetting that we're dealing with systemic racism. We're dealing with gentrification. I see it every day. I'm all over Atlanta every day, so I see gentrification. I see all types of things happening. And to say that the biggest problem, especially in the African American community, is the woman, I have to disagree with that wholeheartedly. Because there's a bigger responsibility when it comes to a man than just talking about that women are the problem. Women are not the problem in our community. I'm not saying that women are perfect, neither are we, but we both share in the responsibility of building a community. So when it comes to manhood, we all play a major role in our building our community, building our homes. Everything starts at home. Everything starts at home. So when it comes to, with that being said, Brother Lorenzo, tell me that there are some characteristics, because I don't believe that someone can just, and it's just my opinion. I don't believe that someone can just take your manhood. That's just my opinion. I have reasons why I'm saying that. So when it comes to, there are some characteristics that I believe that every man should possess. So what are some of the characteristics that you feel that all men should possess? If we're going to call ourselves men and we're talking about responsibility, what are some characteristics that you feel that men should possess?
Um, I think listening to as we get the ball rolling, getting a chance to hear and listen to some of the other brothers speak. Um, like Brother Tank was saying, there's a lot of layers that come with being a man. And it's become such a delicate situation. I mean, it's become so delicate and so technical when it comes to defining what it is to be a man. And it's interesting. What makes it interesting is that when I follow some of my other followers, like my white or my Eurocentric followers, you don't find these type of conversations. What it is to be a man. We don't find these type of conversations. We only find it within our circle.
Right.
There's a lot of pressure being put on us as far as our ability to be fathers, our ability to take care of our families, our abilities to produce revenue. And a lot of cases, we base our manhood or our ability to function as men on what our women expect of us.
Mm-hmm.
And we try to move around in that particular bubble. But what I have not been seeing is us as a collective really pulling back and stepping back and exploring in ourselves on what it is that we ourselves see as being a man within the relationships that we're in, within the communities that we function around. Each and every one of us have a specific passion, and we have specific gifts that were given to us. If you even read the Bible, you'll see that he tends to give individual gifts in which they are to bless other people with. I think each and every one of us have a gift, and we have to find within ourselves what that gift is and how we are to use that gift to impact those around us. And once we start to function within that gift, then we'll see that we're able to bless people around us. Now, what we have to become, I believe that we need to become comfortable with is being being scrutinized sometimes. That sometimes people are going to look at you. You're going to have jealousy or haters, as sometimes we call them. We have to become comfortable, and I think as a culture, especially as Black men, we have developed the ability to deal with pressure. We have, because we deal with it day in and day out, and like you said before, we deal with it within the confines of racism. So when we start to function as men,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times you're going to see we're going to function as individuals, even though I may understand why you may do something, Brother James. I may see and understand how Brother John may function to do something, and say in the same thing with Brother Raymond. Even though I may not have done it that way, as men, we generally understand a lot of times why we do and function in other ways. We kind of have a silent camaraderie that we have. It's not something that you see that like women are very outspoken with the things that they do and how they do things and why they do things. But as men, we have this silent camaraderie. So when I talk about functioning as individuals, uh, I think at the same time, especially amongst each other, we should start to learn how to develop this, I guess what we call it is transparency with each
Mm-hmm.
other, so that we are learning from each other on how to affect our communities in the same manner, and the relationships that we're in. um just to kind of sum that up, um I don't know if I was kind of clear on that. I might have missed a couple points that I wanted to make. Let me
Mm-hmm.
pull my notes up. Uh, but yeah, I mean that's just in a nutshell some of the characteristics I see that we should have as men, is that level of transparency and that level of being able to provide a sense of self and security
Right.
to those that we affect, especially with the gift that we have.
Exactly. I agree with that. And I like what you said about transparency. And I think that when a man is not transparent, especially when he has a family, because I know some people personally, and because the man of the house is not transparent, a lot of times the family don't even know how to approach him. Like I got a good friend of mine. He don't mind me telling. He doesn't mind me telling his story. He basically said that his his kids told him that there was times that they did not even like when he came home, Brother Raymond, and he asked his kids. He went and picked up his son from football practice, and as he was bringing his son home, he asked his son about his presence in the home, because he went to the same. It was an event that myself and Brother Dez, that a lot of you all know, we went to this event, and it was hosted by Katie Bowe, the radio talk show host. And in there, Katie Bowe gave us an assignment to. It gave us a series of questions that we were to go home and give to our wives, and let our wives answer these questions. And questions was like, okay, where am I? What are some of the things in the relationship that's going well, and what are some of the things in the relationship that are not going so well? And we had to allow our wives to answer